Whoops, that's what happens when you forget to put a crane board on. Just going to pick her up with a wing. So the problem we've got up on this Liverpool site here now, we're almost getting too much nectar. Our turn next. Start of a brand new week then. So a busy day over at Kelsall yesterday. Obviously tractor pulling, sunburnt. So I'm feeling it a little bit today, a little bit tight around the scalp. That's the issue with, I think, having golden arches as a hairline, isn't it? So just looking at some of these hives now and some of our nukes. Obviously a few look quite busy at the front. We're back on a floor now, the brambles out, balsam in place and things like that. So need to get through these. It's been a couple of weeks, to be honest. So I'd like to get into them before now. So yeah, check these. I've got a few other local sites today, and I have a lot of extra supers and some other bits of kits to make, and then I'm gonna see if I can make some plans to move some bees down south somewhere. So how do we tell we're in a floor? Well, one, obviously we look around us, see what's in bloom and the temperatures and the conditions, but the other is telltale sign these bees are drawing out foundation and filling it full of nectar. So all I'm doing with these frames here now is just moving them around, just so the bees don't do what we call chimneying, so they come straight up through the middle without touching the outside frames. So I've just moved these around now, move the undrawn foundation to the middle, and then obviously the drawn and partly filled to the outside. So that's the second super these are into, and I'm actually going to put another one on because given these conditions, the amount of nectar coming in, it's a massive colony, loads of brood about to hatch. So again, I've said it before, it's not looking about what's happening in the hive at that time you're in there. You've got to read the hive and see what's going to be happening in a week, 2 weeks time, when all that brood emerges. Whoops, that's what happens when you forget to put a crane board on. Plenty of stores in this one though. See what we've got. So we're back into these nukes over at Liverpool. So we've just done high tone now, added extra supers on pretty much everything, and not only that, we've done some splits. So we've left the queens in situ on site, but we removed a lot of cat brood just to relieve a little bit of pressure with charged cells in almost every colony, just because the floor's so heavy right now. But like I say, we're back in these nukes, and at last we're getting queens mated. So we've got another one here. She's actually just about to lay, or is laying. So she's going to get taken out now and marked. I've actually used all my poly nukes up, so I would normally put them into a 6-frame nuke, but I'll actually just give them an extra frame in this one whilst I've got her in the cage. I've just lost sight of her again. Oh, there she is, right in the middle of the frame. So just going to pick her up with a wing. I've actually let go of it. There she is. Yeah. Come on. She's a feisty one. So that doesn't have to happen often, but I had to drop that one on the floor and nearly lost her. So my guess is with her is she's quite freshly mated. I'm looking at the brood pattern there, she's not been mated long. So she's still quite flighty. That's the issue with the newly mated queens. So as standard, she'll just get marked this year's colour. And I'm going to give her a little bit of extra room, a couple of extra frames in there. Eh?
Clipper.
And clipper. So as normal, just one wing if she lifts it. And then just a little green dot on the back for the shear. And while she's drying, or the paint's drying, we'll just put an extra couple of frames in this now. Yeah, look. So these hives up in Liverpool are exactly the same, so full to the brim, but the production colonies. So what I don't want to do is knock them back too quick now, knock them back too far now, or take the queen away and go through all that requeening process, because we'll have missed the flow up here. So we're just going to relieve a little bit of stress, decompress them a little bit by removing some brood, and hopefully it should subside that swarming urge. But if not, we'll have to make another decision and maybe do a split or even a demery. So the problem we've got up on this Liverpool site here now, and across all Liverpool sites to be honest, is the weather's been exceptional this week, as it is with most places, but it's always a few degrees warmer here than it is literally half an hour down the road in Lancashire. But the issue is we're almost getting too much nectar. So you might be able to see in that frame there, the bees are backfilling the brood nest. There's so much coming in, they can't get it upstairs quick enough. So all fresh drawn foundation, see it all nice and white, and they've just completely backfilled that with nectar, which is also reducing the room the queen has to lay. So we're just starting to get into eggs now on this side. So all we can do is just keep adding supers, keep an eye on it, and hopefully start moving it upstairs. So as we can see, the balsam on this site's in flower as well. And the telltale sign is we've got ghost bees within inside the hive. So the bees are now starting to get a white stripe on the back where they're touching the stamen as they go into the Himalayan balsam flower. Up at Latham then, we're in Ormskirker at Taylor's Farm Shop, for those who know. And it's been a couple of weeks actually since I've been into these hives. It's a strange one, I've said it before, the fewer hives you have at a certain site, the more you neglect them. But I knew they'd be getting close to needing extra space, and we're in the top super here now of 3, and they're literally near enough brimmed. For whatever reason though, I'm missing a crane board off this one. They're all starting to build up in the roof. So again, just normal inspections on these, all 3 14x12s, and certainly extra supers on them. That's where it do. So Vic's not happy with me, and I've said it before about this site, and you'll be able to see, you could bring the most placid queens you've ever had up to this site, and within a few months it'd turn nasty like this. It's just something to do with the conditions. Said it before, it's always blowing a gale, but they're putting plenty away, they are getting plenty of nectar. I'll say Vic's a little bit reluctant to take a veil down. I'm pretty sure you can understand why as well. So anyway, we'll get loaded up down the road and I'll take it to some nicer bees. Field bean update then. We're over at Mike's Scarisbrick and we are in complete full flower now. A lot of these field beans are now over my waist, certainly over my waist height anyway. That's what we're on there, getting on for 3 foot, 3.5 foot. And the bees are really active as well. Lots on the front fanning, getting rid of the excess moisture in the nectar. Just going to stick our heads in now. In fact, Vic's just opened that top one and they're already in the second box. Best get my suit on before I get pinged and give her a hand. Just over where we had our 5 little cast swarms the other week. So I'm just going to poke my head in now, see what's going on. But the clover's looking fantastic now. So all in flower all the way along here, and there's another 2 fields just off into the distance. So looking forward to some fantastic clover honey from these hives. So I've mentioned this site enough over the past few months, but it's finally coming to fruition. And well, look at that hive for yourself. What are we on there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 supers on that now, and we're just adding supers all the way along. It's just all that misery and all that feeding, and when you're losing the will with your bees, and then times like this when it just all comes together, and they're just at the moment these are filling a super a week. I mean, I don't know what it's like up and down the country. I can only tell you what it's like here in between Lancashire and Merseyside, but with this weather, it's long may it last. Just again, as we've seen it throughout today, lots of brew spaces just getting backfilled with nectar, ultimately because there's so much coming in. The bees just don't know where to put it, and they're just putting it wherever they can. So hopefully, you know, we can just, the temperature just cools down a little bit, and they can start processing it a little bit better. But we just need to keep an eye, if not, on space for the queen to keep laying. That's all. Let's say amazing site. It's just one of them sites that just keeps giving. Amazing views, and it's just everywhere we look. There you go, Vic's commented on the amazing view. And then it's just one of the sites that just keeps giving and giving. Everywhere you look, there's different flowers and forage for the bees. So exciting times. There's one here for getting the bees up onto the moor, onto the heather. The mill military truck section. There's got to be a Unimog here somewhere, Vic. Recognise these tractors. Managed to find the bar as well. Cheers. Turn next. So Rob says last night they were messing about with the sled to try and make it dig in a little bit more to try and stop the quad track, but the question is, have they done enough?
I'm gonna send it actually. We're doing a couple of runs. If I know it won't stop it, then I'll dick about it.
Yeah, I want to say, first run you better off just nailing it, aren't you? So these guys are playing about now with longer chains and bits of linkage, just try and slow it down. What's the verdict, Rob?
I think we'll take him. I don't want to be confident, but we'll probably take him to the beer tent, I think.
There you go. Just taking up the tension now on the chain. There's a lot of deliberation going on here now. And we're off. smoke bombs. Dipped it down again and we're off again. Struggling, is it? That's the beer tent for us then.